Hey guys, you may remember recently I reviewed the Rocky Mountain e-bike with its Dyname motor, its ludicrous mode, 108 Newton meters. Now you may also remember I was a little underwhelmed by it. It didn't seem as powerful as I was expecting. It didn't feel a lot different to the Bosch motor I was used to. And I wasn't sure whether I was just tired or just got used to the power. So I thought, let's do a back-to-back comparison. So that's exactly what we're going to do today. We're in Woodhill Bike Park. We're going to do a track called Stitch Up. I'm going to ride this thing to the top, see how long it takes. And then I'm going to do the same with my KTM with the Bosch motor. And for hoots and giggles, we'll do an EP8 Shimano motor at the same time. Now, I can already hear you guys typing comments already. I did a video a couple of years ago comparing the Bosch versus Bros, and many of you said, I don't care about how much power they've got. Interestingly, over 70,000 people watched that video, the most views of any of my videos, so clearly people cared. The other thing is you said, well, it's about power output, it's a range, it's weight, it's geometry, it's handling. And to those people, I say, give yourself an uppercut. I understand all those things, but it's just a little bit of fun here, a little experiment with the boys. So if you want to see what we come up with, come join us. If not, go back to watching cat videos. Anyway, first run up the hill. Okay, so this is not a race we're doing at all. We're not racing each other. And the main reason it's not a race is because I'm likely to come last, so I only make it a race if I've got a chance of winning. We're also not going to sprint up to the top because basically that's too hard to sustain. So we're just going to ride up at a pace we would normally ride up. And I think if the bike is genuinely more powerful, you're going to get up quicker. So that's the plan. Now I'm running my bike in turbo. In fact, we're all running it in the maximum power setting the bike has to make it as even and fair as possible.
So here we are on Stitch Up on the Marin factory race edition, completely custom apart from the bits that aren't custom, which are what we call non-custom or stock. And I'm going to have a consistent run up here in the three bikes. My heart is big, but it's really only big enough for one bike, and to be honest I expect it to be this one, but time will tell.
Uh-oh, I've caught up. Yeah, I will when I get a spot.
You go on the right if you like.
Okay.
Yeah, for the viewers there wondering what happened with the factory race, I just let Chris through. Age before beauty. Here's Chris. Probably a second, maybe half a second quicker. No more than that. Cheers.
I must admit, I do enjoy doing these little experiment videos. You've probably seen a few of them over the years, but they're not without their stress. You're relying on a GoPro to work 9 times out of 9, and if you looked at some of my other experiments, you only need to get an SD card error on one of the runs, and that kind of messes up all your timing. So fingers crossed we get all the runs perfectly, we don't end up getting caught in too much traffic. It's gonna be another problem, no mechanicals, and the guys don't simply get bored halfway through and decide they want to do something else. So fingers crossed we get all the data for you. And I made it to the... I didn't catch you guys, so I don't know what that means.
That means you were slow, mate.
Yeah, probably.
I've got some...
Alright, first run in the bag. This is actually my bike. This is the KTM Prowler with the Bosch motor, 85 Newton meters. It's a mullet. Got a quite big 2.8 tyre on the back, so rolling resistance may be a bit different to some of the other bikes. But anyway, next one I'm going to ride the Rocky Mountain. So anyway, we'll get Chris to tell me a little bit about that one. Alright, so the next bike I'm going to ride is the Rocky Mountain. Chris, tell us a little bit about this thing.
Well, what I really like about this is the fact that it doesn't have the overruns. So you can come into a sharp switchback corner and stay on your full power mode and just keep pedaling and just power around the corner like normal. I think that's something that you will notice is quite an improvement.
And so this 108 Newton meters.
Yeah, yeah.
And this, now one of the things we got in some of the comments that people said you can put it on the highest setting. You can assure me it's on the maximum highest setting today.
I guarantee you, as soon as I got it, I went searching through that menu, I found the biggest number interested, and it's staying there.
All right, I'm looking forward to riding this one. All right, so we're on the Rocky Mountain with its ludicrous mode. It's 108 Newton meters. Does feel quite powerful. Has a quite sort of fast pickup when you you put a bit of effort and you pedal quite hard. I still find it a little bit weird when you stop. Just almost feels like it goes to nothing. But anyway, we're flying up the hill, I think. I'll be very interesting to see the time.
Also, the Bosch tends to pick up more strongly at lower cadence, which is RPM if you're not that smart. So on the EP8 it really likes to be in the right gear, which is pretty much what we've always done for mountain biking, but I think with the Bosch it's got probably a broader torque curve, which means you can be slightly lazier, which is not better, it's just different.
So far, fatigue doesn't seem to have been a factor. I guess we're on an e-bike and maximum power, but yeah, we're not sprinting up, but going up at a fairly steady rate though. So far, traffic hasn't become a factor. When I did the first time the video, it was so busy where we did it, we had to rerun it a couple of times because of people in the way. It's not, I'm pretty near the end now, so it doesn't feel crazy amounts of power, but be very interested to see. It felt quite fast coming up there, to be honest. I'll be very keen to see the time.
Yeah, I would imagine my time up here will be quicker, not because I'm trying any harder, but because the motor appears to be stronger. In fact, it looks like I'm going to catch Chris, which is something that doesn't happen very often. I guess one of the advantages of the EP8 is that the way it comes on feels more natural and less boosty. Not saying one's better than the other. Thanks, mate. They're just different. And I had a Bosch motor in the factory rail for 18 months or so and loved it, had no issue with it. And similarly, have no issue with the EP8. Oh dear, Chris, I think there is a difference.
All right, run number 2 in the bag on the Rocky Mountain, and so the final run I'm going to ride Graham's bike. Graham, tell me a bit about your beast.
Okay, well, how long have we got, Lance? So I don't want to rush through it, but essentially it's a Marin Alpine Trail E2. It's the factory race edition, so factory plus the race spec, which is the gold decals, which actually make quite a difference. Again, it's a mullet. It's got a 2.4 on the back, 2.5 on the front.
And so we're running the Shimano EP8,
We
85
are.
Newton meters.
85 Newton meters. We'll have it in boost. See how you like it.
All right, I'll take this one up now.
Cheers.
All right, so this is the one I've been looking forward to the most. Actually, that's not true at all. Graham made me say that. But we're on the Marin with its EP8. Now, one thing when you, as I said before, I think it's funny, I've reviewed bikes with 50 Newton meters, 85 Newton meters, 60 Newton meters, 108 Newton meters, and you rapidly get used to whatever power output you have, and you just accommodate to that. And sometimes you don't notice the difference, but to be honest, I can instantaneously feel that the Shimano is quite a lot less powerful than my Bosch and turbo, that's for sure.
Okay, so we're on the Rocky Mountain. Wow. You can even take different lines. There's so much power. I guess a lot of it is my powerful thighs. and probably not insignificant calves. I know they don't really come across in the pictures, but you know, that's the fact of the matter. But yeah, literally take any line, see a route, go straight over it.
The funny thing is though, as I said, you are customised to power very quickly, and I'm probably good halfway up this climb now, and I'm suddenly feel quite happy with the motor again. When I first got on it, yeah, instantaneously back to back it feels less powerful, but as you say, once you get going, it's really not really an issue, I don't think. And that's if you've seen lots of my reviews, I've always been quite happy with the Shimano motor. And as many of you will say, you know, there's more to e-bikes than just raw power. Marin for the win.
You kind of realise it's on it. It is the best, isn't it?
Oh, it's the best, without no shadow of a doubt. It's the best.
There you go. Whoops, low pedals though. 2 pedal strikes on an uphill trail. 3 pedal strikes on an uphill trail. I can see why Chris flies up the trails so quickly. It's simply because it's fun. Why wouldn't you? You pedal hard, you go fast. What's not to like? But 2 words to describe this: just wow. It's pretty good, mate.
It's quick,
And
it is fast.
fantastic.
All right, I think we managed to pull that off. Hopefully we've got all the time and the recordings we need. I don't know the results, so I have to get back to my office and do that. My thoughts though, I think the Rocky Mountain was the fastest for me, and I think the slowest actually was the Marin. But anyway, let's see what the other guys, what they thought. All right guys, firstly I really want to thank you. Not everyone would think 3 runs up, stitch up would be the most fun thing to do in a video. Graham, which was fastest for you?
It was the Rocky Mountain, and it'd be very interesting to see what the times are, but for me it was head and shoulders above the rest, although the Marin's obviously the best bike overall.
Which do you think was the slowest up the hill?
Can we talk about something else?
All right, we'll move on to Chris there. Chris, what was the fastest for you, do you think?
Definitely the Rocky Mountain, not just because I'm biased, but I did notice on the KTM that overrun feature kind of makes it feel faster, so it feels a bit closer to the Rocky Mountain than the Marin.
And so which was the slowest for you?
Well, I'd have to say the Marin, because it made my legs hurt.
All right, fair enough. Thanks, guys. And anyway, we'll let you know the results soon. Okay, results time. And I'm really happy about this one because this is about the first time I've done an experiment where the results have come out unequivocal. Normally I do these things and they show neither one thing or the other, but this was very clear in this video. Now, before we get too far, I should point out a couple of things. One, you may be wondering why Chris didn't have much commentary in the video, and so am I. He basically didn't say anything on the way up the hill. Graham may be wondering why I cut so much of his words of wisdom out of the video, and that was because he simply wouldn't shut up. The video would have been twice as long if I'd have put all of his commentary in the video. Okay, drum roll. Results. No surprise really. The Rocky Mountain was the fastest up the hill for all 3 riders. The Bosch with the KTM second, and all 3 riders were the slowest up the hill on the Shimano EP8. Was it close? Not really, no. Graham was actually 28 seconds slower on his own bike than he was on the Rocky Mountain, despite the pedal strikes. So not exactly close. To put that into percentage terms, over the 3 riders had an average of 14% difference between the Rocky Mountain and the Marin. I think 6% between the Rocky Mountain and the Bosch, and 6% roughly between the Bosch and the Shimano. So not insignificant differences. Now, you may be saying, and Graham did, saying that gold stickers are way more important than how fast your bike goes up the hill, and there's certainly some truth to that. But if you're doing an EWS race and you've got the uphill stage, more power is definitely helpful, and it's certainly lots of fun. If you have, I hope you found the video informative. If not, maybe entertaining. If you haven't subscribed, I'd be absolutely stoked if you did that. Thumbs up, like, leave me a comment, and anyway, we'll see you on the next one.